the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
You seemed unsure whether you were Nelson Allingham.
Yeah, thought I might change it in the new year.
Nelson Allingham?
Yep. Thought I might change it in the new year.
Oh. 2023? We're not going to be sure of anything.
Yeah. It's still going to be Nelson, just booth an extra N.
Yeah.
Silent.
Okay. Nelson, yeah.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Cambo.
Happy New Year.
Wait, we're recording early. Is this? It's not New Year's yet, is it?
For us, present recording, we've recorded a bit early for Christmas break reasons.
Yep.
For you listening. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year.
What's it? Must be bloody nice, I tell you.
Ooh.
We wouldn't know yet.
Yeah, it's probably filled with good things.
Yeah, you're not even trying this year.
I'm hesitant to say that because, for the last few years, we've had some crap stuff happen.
And 2 years in a row now, everyone said, this will be the good year.
It's been the good year.
The other one was terrible. This one must be the good year.
Yeah.
And the good year's yet to really appear.
I think it's funny, right? Because, surely you think this sort of thing would happen to individual people over the years pandemic and everything going real as shit. But, because, some people are like, no, it was a crap year for me. Oh, yeah, but I got married or something, made them really happy. But this time, that's not even the thing that gets people over the line to make it a good year. I got married finally. Yeah. We lost so much money on so many deposits beforehand. We
end up
wasn't even a great time.
End up having 25 people.
Yeah.
Couldn't invite everyone we wanted, but we did it. Okay, we got through it.
Anyway, this is the Best of Reddit 2022.
Wow.
Very special episode, Cambo. For those who have new listeners, haven't listened to one of these episodes before, where I go through the top posts of the year, I get Cambo to guess. It's kind of a podnapping, if you will. Guess what were the top upvoted posts of the year in different categories, and then we go into our usual segments, but I only do the top posts of those segments. So, Cambo, to start off with, I want you to put the top 3 posts in order.
Okay,
I'm just going to give you the sort of gist of them all. First, the first one is... it was titled, "He Finally Got His Acorn," and it was in the subreddit Made Me Smile.
Yeah. Is this to do with the Scrat animated character
Yeah,
from Ice
it was
Age?
Scrat from Ice Age because...
Blue Sky Animation?
Blue Sky Studios, yes, were saying farewell, and there was a little animation they did. There is this was in r/place.
Yep.
And it was a full screenshot of r/place of 2022.
Okay.
And this was in Interesting as Fuck, and it was about the war in Ukraine.
Okay. Now, all 3 of these, I'm assuming these are the top 3,
Top 3 of the year. Yeah.
Reddit. Just looking at more Reddit with a screenshot of itself is very Reddit.
Oh, yes.
Look at this. More Reddit.
Yeah.
Think of that.
Look, it's us, guys. It's us, collectively.
I feel like you would think logically the war in Ukraine would be top, because that's probably one of the more significant things that happened, which makes you think that Scrat getting the thing is actually number 1.
Right,
and Ukraine is number 2, and place is number 3.
Right. No.
Okay.
I can tell you that the place, r/place, full screenshot.
God damn it.
We love ourselves too much.
God damn it.
Yeah.
And I clearly knew that because it's the first thing I called out, wasn't it? I wanted to believe better of humanity.
Unfortunately, we're stuck where we are.
Yeah.
That was the top post, and then it was the war in Ukraine one, and then Scrat getting his acorn.
I had it in the exact opposite order.
You did. You're crap.
Except, I guess Ukraine. I had
Oh no, you had that.
I had
right
accidentally because it's a mirror image.
Yeah. So on that subject, I guess I wanted to bring up. Well, okay. Actually, the first thing is, don't you think r/face being the top post is weird? Even though you called out like, hey, we like a good pat in the back. To me, Reddit, that whole thing was like just meant absolutely nothing to me.
Yeah.
The r/face, people putting different pixels on to create images as a community. I get it. It was like, I guess if you're a part of those communities and you wanted to do that, you're like, this was impressive how we got together as a community. We made an image by doing a single pixel each. For me, I'm like, this. I had zero interest in our place the whole time that it happened. And I imagine there was a lot of people like us as well. So it's somehow this like really intense part of Reddit that was real into it.
To which my interest was in r/plays is occasionally in other subreddits that I was following. Say it was, I don't know, like a band.
Yeah.
And then occasionally you get a post in there being like, hey, we made the logo in r/plays. And you go, oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I'm vaguely interested in that area, but not even really.
Yeah.
But that's the one I'm most interested in.
You know what I've just realized, actually? Maybe the reason why this was upvoted so much is because I think people just created bots that were like putting in the pixels.
Right.
So maybe the bots were also upvoting the posts.
That's true. It also probably because so many different other subreddits and communities went there to do their plays.
Yeah.
Because of that, you inadvertently get a lot of people from all these different communities going to that one place.
Yeah.
So I guess that does make sense that it would end up just purely by how it's made up be somewhere that everyone travels to at one point or another.
Yeah, that's true. But everybody is also on r/or.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, anyway. So the next thing, the war in Ukraine, obviously this was the most, I guess, the biggest event, most significant event of the whole year. Another great year, Cambo, we've been in. So I want you to put these ones in order of most upvoted, just based on only taking the ones from the war in Ukraine. This one was Next Fucking Level, in the subreddit Next Fucking Level. Oh, I didn't say who these were by. Crap. I'll get back to it. This first one, Go Forth 1457, posted a picture. Large crowd of anti-war protesters in St. Petersburg, Russia. Another one interesting as fuck. Piz Kichra said Ukrainian ambassador to the UN pretty much tells Putin to kill himself. If he wants to kill himself, he doesn't need to use a nuclear arsenal. He has to do what the guy in Berlin did in a bunker in May 1945.
Okay.
And the last one, also interesting as fuck, by Ice Burn. In 1996, Ukraine handed over nuclear weapons to Russia in exchange for a guarantee never to be threatened or invaded.
Oh, okay. Now, telling someone to go kill themselves is a very Reddit thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like patting each other on the back.
Yeah. But I feel like Reddit also loves an ironic kind of thing. So they're handing the nuclear weapons over with the agreement never to be used.
Yep.
Also seems like a very Reddit thing that would do well on Reddit.
Yes. Could be up there as well.
Yeah. And then, so remind me, what was the first one again? That was
the large crowd of anti-war protesters in St. Petersburg, Russia.
I'm going to put that third, kill yourself second, and the treaty first.
Oh, so close. Yes, the treaty was the one, number one.
Yeah. And then the other two the other way around.
Yeah, and the other two the other way around. Then the large crowd of anti-war protesters in St. Petersburg, Russia. That was posted 10 months ago. Didn't work.
Yeah.
I'd be unfortunate about that one. Yeah, and then same with the Ukrainian ambassador, which is pretty funny post, pretty ballsy. I think.
Yeah. Ukraine have said some pretty ballsy things.
Yeah. But nothing like saying go kill yourself.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So, obviously, because the war was such a hot topic, there were a lot of posts related to this. So, in the top 20, what were related to the war? How many do you think were related to the war?
Top 20? 8.
It is exactly 8.
Oh, look at that.
Good job. Yeah, that's impressive.
Because my instinct was to say half, and then I was like, but Reddit will get distracted.
By r/or.
Yeah. And place.
Yeah.
So a little under half. That was my logic.
Okay. Well, then, in that case, how many of the top posts were in relation to r/place?
Was it a fad, but just a big fad, so therefore not as many as you'd think? I'm going to say 4.
Oh, 3. Oh, Gambo, you were so close. So on point. Yes. So, but the next thing that is often talked about is celebrities. Gambo. So,
The hot goss.
The hot goss. So this one, I'm really interested to see how you go with this because, I think it'd be interesting. So I want to know which celebs was the most upvoted. There is in Made Me Smile by Beware the Chameleon. Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
Moved to tears, he receives a 6-minute standing ovation during the premiere of The Whale.
Yeah.
Then in Next Fucking Level by Chinchillin09, Johnny Depp dealing with clown attorney at day 7 of court trial.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And in Unexpected by South Software 8390, Shaq Cheese is the title. And actually, I think it goes on to say, or maybe in the video itself, some text says, I went to see Shaq and at like a press conference thingy or whatever, meet the fans, and you weren't meant to take your mobile in there, but I snuck my mobile in and had it sort of in his hand facing up as he went to get his photo taken with Shaq. And Shaq at the last moment looks down and pulls their slack. Hey, you're not meant to have this in here, kind of cheesy face as a bit of a joke, and then stares back up again. And you can tell, then the guy even says, I didn't even know this was happening until afterwards. I thought I'd got away with it. But he obviously spotted the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
So Brendan Fraser, Shaq, or Johnny Depp.
2 of those are beloved internet celebrities. And Johnny Depp all over the news for not the best reasons, like a very tumultuous court case.
Yes. For loving women too much.
Yeah, that's one defense. Now, the internet has really come around this year on Brendan, which is good to see because he's wonderful.
Yeah.
And he's been getting a lot of love specifically this year.
Yes.
I would say he's the Keanu of this year.
Oh, that's...
Whatever he does, people are like, he's the best. We love him.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's had a tough time of it, old Brendan.
Yeah. What? Tell me about Brendan.
Brendan obviously was like A-list Hollywood star.
Yep.
And then he got sexually abused or harassed or something by a producer.
Yep.
And he ended up losing like quite a big film contract. And then he also like broke a lot of his body making that third Mummy movie.
Oh, really?
And he described it as, what did he say? He said at the end of that, I was taped together with ice packs and duct tape or something like that. He's like, I was like ruined.
Yeah.
And then after all that, he also got a divorce from his wife. And there was some antiquated thing, because he's Canadian,
Right.
with the alimony payments being from like the year of the divorce, your salary from there is like locked in.
What? That's insane.
Which was when he was at like the height of his fame.
Yeah.
So he ended up paying quite a lot of alimony to his ex-wife.
Oh my God.
And I would assume probably burnt through a lot of his money.
Yeah.
And I think he spiraled down into like depression and all kinds. He had a bit of a
Right.
tough run.
Right.
And he's now just finally, he's been in the TV show Doom Patrol for the past couple of years. It started popping up in movies,
Right.
but now he's in a movie called The Whale, which everyone is saying he could win the Oscar for.
Yeah.
So it's like a complete comeback story.
Yeah,
and everyone, and I think this is the year that everyone's been like, and you know what? He's so hot in The Mummy.
Yeah,
He's just ridiculously hot in The Mummy.
yeah.
So everyone's loving him.
Yeah.
Shaq is always a good time. I'm gonna say Brendan 1, Shaq 2, Johnny Depp 3.
You've got it wrong again.
Yeah, okay.
But so close. Johnny Depp number 1.
Really?
Yeah. Then Brendan Fraser and then Shaq.
Wow, I didn't realize Reddit doesn't seem like the kind of place that the Johnny Depp court case would be as big a deal as like Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
But I think I know what it is. Is this the clip where Amber Heard's attorney objects to their own question?
I think that's part of it. This one seemed to be like a supercut edit.
Right, yeah.
Of
all
like,
these,
all
snarky
the
replies.
dumb things and all the smart ass replies, which is funny when again watching it back and you're like, yeah, but he's still not a nice guy.
Yeah.
I feel like I still shouldn't be supporting this.
Yeah.
But, anyway,
What an absolute like A class in PR spin though.
yeah,
Him and his team.
yeah, exactly.
He went from people hating him. I remember when that original Fantastic Beasts came out.
right, yeah,
And I mean, spoiler alert, I guess. But at the end, Johnny Depp shows up.
Yeah.
And the audience was like, oh. Like they were not on board for
bloody
that.
Johnny Depp.
And
yeah.
then this year, the PR spin has been amazing because
Yeah.
now people are like, oh, good, poor old Johnny Depp. Poor old Johnny Depp.
I remember when it came out, like after the trial, and it was like, oh yeah, he's kind of been absolved in some way. I was like, I wonder how long it'll take until he's back in stuff again.
Yeah.
And I saw, and you can tell that this was just so, like, his PR manager is like, really working overtime. And the next thing I saw him in was an ad for a cologne. And I was like, this is exactly what they need and want to do. Is like just these small things that you see Johnny Depp in again. You go, oh, it's just an ad. He's not making it to it. And then before you know it, bam, there's a new movie out.
I tell you what, not a Pirates movie though.
Yeah.
He has publicly stated that he did not like how Disney had treated him.
Yes.
And he shan't do those again. Mm-hmm. And I'd say that's fine. Have you seen the last few?
Yeah.
Maybe stop.
Also, I'm going to just guess that he won't be in a rom-com.
Yeah.
I don't think he can come back and do a rom-com is how I'm feeling about it.
Yeah.
But maybe something. Maybe he'll be a Marvel hero. Oh, no, that's Disney now too.
Would you accept him playing a creep?
Yeah, maybe.
What could he play? Because his PR would be like, you can't play a creep. Because that's what everyone thinks.
Yeah.
But you can't be in a rom-com. You don't want to do pirates.
Yeah.
Courtroom drama, maybe?
Yeah.
You have to take off all your rings and your scarves.
Yeah.
Lawyers don't often wear that many fedoras.
No, but he's like the cool one. Oh. Yeah, the rebel one. And he's always a bit drunk and he's got dreadlocks.
Yeah.
And he dresses like a pirate. Here's some other stuff, Cambo. In r/r, what animal was the most upvoted? There's some kittens. Guy finds some kittens.
Yep, guy finds kittens there.
Guy finds kittens. Or puppies. Or turtles.
The thing is, like, that is the post.
Yeah.
A bunch of puppies.
Bunch of puppies. Bunch of kittens. Bunch of turtles.
I've found, I think traditionally, the not dog and cat animals have tend to won or. So I'm going to say.
Because people are surprised that oh, other things can
And
be
I
cute.
think every time my bias is always to be like, well, dogs first.
Yeah.
So I'll say turtles,
Yes.
dogs, cats.
Oh, the complete opposite order came out. I actually read it in order. It was kittens, puppies, and then the turtles. The kitten one, I reckon you might have seen. For some reason, I just saw it so many times. It was where a guy gets out of his car on the side of the road, and there's like a little kitten in front of it, and you're like, oh no, it's like a lost stray or something. And he goes up to it and he's filming, and then like 10 other kittens just emerge from the grass. Like, where did all these kittens come from? It was really cute. And actually, the top 2 posts are related to those kittens. One is the first video that was put there, and then the next one is update on the 13 kittens, by the way, that ambushed the man. They're getting their first bath this morning.
Wow.
I haven't even seen that video.
That is a good and important update.
Yeah, exactly. Much appreciated. Okay, I've got one last thing for this top section, and that is, it's been a new edition in the years, and I like it. Unethical life pro tips.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to read you 3 of the unethical life pro tips, and you tell me which order you think personally. And you know what? It's not even necessarily about that. I mean, that's just a little fun game. But hey, guys, here's some unethical life pro tips that you might enjoy.
Carry these into 2023.
Yeah. This one was by Bernie Every Year. You can trick cashiers into letting you buy family-sized boxes of cereal, etc., even if you live alone or with roommates/friends. It goes on. I was at Food Lion grocery store the other day buying food, and I grabbed a family-sized box of frosted mini wheats because it costs less per ounce than any of the other available sizes, and times are tough. I got to the register, and as the cashier rang up the cereal, I realized my family wasn't with me. I held up a picture of my family on my phone. The cashier just smiled awkwardly and rang it up and bagged it. I then suddenly realized that I could have photoshopped myself into a picture of a family off Google Images, and she wouldn't have known the difference. Even without a picture, you can probably just remark casually while at the register, yeah, little Jimmy and Margaret are going to love these corn checks. And if the cashier is busy, you'll probably get away with it. I know it's wrong to deny companies like Kellogg's the profit they'd make if you bought 3 irregular-sized boxes instead, but desperate times call for desperate measures. After all, this is Unethical Life Pro Tips, so don't judge me.
Okay, so this is clearly a shit post.
Yes. Do you know, when I started reading, I think you had the same thought. You're like, in America, is this illegal? Like, oh my God.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
It's like, are they checking this?
Yeah.
And then, about a sentence in, I was like, oh, okay, he's taking a bit.
Yeah. Okay, this one is by Wine Friend. If you're terminally ill and not married, you might as well spend your last few months getting credit cards and running them up to maximize your quality of life.
That's a bleak one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Snoo Pickles 9743, if a LDS missionary knocks on your door, ask them to mow ask them to mow your lawn. They will 100% do it.
What?
And what I like on this one is there's a little tag. What do they call them?
Like a fact check thing?
Tags. I don't know.
Oh, like Flair.
Flair.
Yeah,
Thank you. And it says home and garden. Like, they've had so many unethical life pro tips that have involved home and garden. They needed to create a flair for it. Yes.
Wow. Okay. I used to have Mormons come to my old place.
Right. Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
That being said, it was shared space, so there was a body corporate that did my lawn as well. So
You could have said.
I was still not mowing my lawn.
Yeah. You could have said, hey guys, I've got this covered. Don't worry.
I tell you what, though, if there's ever like a Mormon center opening around this area, which I can't think of a local one. I'll be all in support of it.
Yeah.
My yard's an absolute nightmare.
You need like full-time maintenance.
Yeah.
I think you just encourage
Come
them.
every week.
Yeah. I'm still not 100% sure. Do some weeding and I'll think about it.
Explain the planets and stuff to me again after the garden's done.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you like to put them in any sort of order, do you think? Which one do you think personally, perhaps, is...
I think reverse order that you read them.
Oh.
So, Latter-day Saints, quality of life, family box. I'm not all that confident on that, though. But I'll stick with it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Well done. And I think just on the terminally ill one, now I don't know, and maybe it works differently in different countries, but like I thought your debt just gets passed on to your next of kin.
Didn't they say you don't have a family?
Basically. No, it says if you're not married. See, I think,
Oh, right. Yeah.
and I could be totally wrong, but I thought in Australia gets passed on to next of kin.
Yeah.
But by the sounds of this post, maybe in somewhere else, presumably in America, it would only get passed on to a spouse, perhaps.
Either that or they're wrong.
Yeah. And a lot of people are getting into debt for their family. Yeah. Sounds
And here in
terrible.
Australia, if you don't have next of kin, it just goes to someone.
Yeah.
Just randomly. They'll knock on the door. Like, you owe $200,000.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
And then often that person kills himself, and then it carries on until we accidentally reach a rich person.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, okay, I can pay that.
There is a huge debt going around in Australia at the moment.
Yeah.
Person by person, and it's taking its toll.
Oh yeah.
One day it'll hit Murdoch, and then he won't even pay it. It'll just go away.
Yeah. There'll be new legislation that comes in. And they say, oh, we don't have to do this anymore.
And the whole country will go, he shouldn't be able to do
Yeah.
Oh, well. What
It
do we
doesn't
do?
seem right. But I do hate that debt that I could accidentally occasionally get, like the reverse lottery. Yes. Anywho, okay, well, let's move on into Ask Reddit. So these are the top posts of Ask Reddit. Well, maybe I'll just read one. This one was by Houston, Texas, 2022. Would you support a mandatory retirement age of 75 for U.S. House, U.S. Senate, and U.S. Supreme Court justices? And if not, why?
No. I want to be younger.
Yeah.
Do 70.
Oh,
My
70.
dad's getting he's in his mid-60s, and even
Yeah.
now I'm like,
Yeah.
some of your opinions are pretty out of touch, man.
Yeah, you need to check yourself.
Yeah, so he'd still have about 6 more years.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
What's the average retirement age just generally like in America or Australia? It's probably around, 65, 70?
Yes. Well, getting
grandparents
higher. I
retired-
think it's closer to like 75 even now, kind of
God.
thing. Yeah, maybe you're right though. Right now, maybe like
Yeah. By the time we get to
Yeah,
retirement,
yeah.
there won't be retirement.
Yeah.
Oh, we got rid of that ages ago.
Yeah, we'll have
So
to-
that we can milk you until you're dead.
We'll have to dig our own grave. That's, I think, part of it.
I think my grandparents retired in their 50s,
Right.
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. Do you know there's this, this is kind of slightly off topic, but there is this a super scheme, which is so like a 401k or, yes, a pension sort of thing. And it was made for public servants years ago, like maybe in the 80s or 90s or something like that, maybe 90s. And basically it worked out that you could, if you did everything right, you could retire at 50, which is young.
Yeah.
That's a young retirement
Yeah.
age. And have over 100K a year in like, payments.
Yeah,
to
wow.
you. I was like, that is insane. It worked out because they were like, whatever you're earning on the last year of your retirement.
Yeah. Like Brendan
Plus, I
Fraser's
think some
divorce.
extra thing. Yeah, exactly. Then you get that forever. But you didn't have to permanently be in the role.
You just had to do it for the last year.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even you could be like a guy that picks up trash on the side of the road. But if you act for your boss goes away on holiday or something, and you act for 6 months in their role, and they're getting paid a lot more than you, then that counts towards whatever you're getting. So you never had to have permanently been hired, promoted into that role. Wow. You could just be acting in that role and get so much money. Anyway, they got rid of that, and then they put in another scheme because like, oh no, people are abusing that, and they put in another one which apparently also had a bunch of loopholes, and people were getting away with like tons of money too. So yeah, and now it's fixed.
Now you pay them.
Yeah, now yeah, that's you retire and you owe money to the government permanently. Yes. So
Yeah, would you support this?
Yeah, I mean, sort of. I think it is hard to at some point. I guess work it out. I think it's probably true that you do need younger people to make decisions on behalf of people that are growing up in that generation. But I mean, there's always like value, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a hard one because it's not trying to say that a particular age's opinion doesn't matter. That's not true. It's trying to be representative of more age groups.
Well, that's the thing.
But the way that it works is life appointment, which means generationally, a particular generation gets in, and then they've got it for like 2 other generations worth.
Yeah.
And there needs to be a way to rectify that.
Well,
rather than to say, well, they're too old, like they don't know anything, their opinions don't count. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's
because I think the thing is like, what age do you cut it up? Because you're saying, okay, well, you need to represent or be part of the larger demographic or whatever. But then like that age is actually really young. Like what percentage of the population do you have to kind of represent in a way?
Do you think that there should be 10 people and each of them are from a different decade? So there's like a Zoomer in there.
Yeah. That could be
There's
good
a
thing.
millennial. There's a Gen X. There's a
not just that, but there'll be like a few LGBTIQ plus sort of roles in there mixed in, all different races, religions. That will work smoothly, Ken.
And I don't see a problem that getting voted in.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. For some reason, somehow, it will still be an old white man that just somehow dictates.
Well, you know what happens? They still get like maybe like people will say that sounds like a great idea. Let's put it to them.
Yeah,
and then they're like, it went to Murdoch and it just disappeared.
Yeah,
I don't know how he shouldn't be able to do that either. It's not even his country.
Yeah,
why did he do that?
He just got it. Oh well.
He's blaming someone called Dan Andrews.
Yeah,
I've never even heard of him. He's an Australian guy. But that's a local reference.
All the newspapers are saying it's fine, so I guess it's fine. I'm just going to read this one quickly.
Yeah.
Another Ask Reddit, which was by RGDJR, which I think we might have even done at the time, which was Chris Rock is performing a stand-up gig tonight in Boston, his first appearance since the Oscars. If you were Chris, what would be the first joke you'd tell, assuming you'd want to acknowledge Will Smith's slap? Don't you think? I thought it was funny because I read this and I was like, oh, yeah, that did happen this year.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just thought it would be more prominent by the end of the year of like when I read those celebrities out earlier, right? Neither Chris Rock or Will Smith were in the top 3 and maybe even further down might not have even been there. Just because I think like, I mean, it was definitely crazy. It just didn't hold on as long as I feel like I thought it would.
I was thinking about this recently because Will Smith has a new movie out on Apple TV.
Right.
And because of that, he's had to do a bit of a press tour being like, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Still watch the movie, please. A lot of people worked on this. Sorry about that.
Oh,
and it did make me realize, like, that's so crazy that he did that.
Yeah.
I'm like, on a night that so many people are watching, it'd be crazy if he did it in private.
Yeah.
But
he did it on camera.
On camera.
Yeah.
When he was pretty sure he was also going to win the award. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
There must have been some kind of mental break, right? Like.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Anywho, let's move on to Today I Advice.
So now it's time for Today I Learned. before you turn to that.
Today I learned.
And also sometimes advice.
Okay, I'm going to do a Today I Learned and an advice, Camber. So buckle in. The top Today I Learned was by The Freshest Scone. Or Scone. Today I learned that the Animal Planet reality series River Monsters ended because star Jeremy Wade was able to catch essentially every exceptionally large freshwater fish species on Earth, leaving no remaining content for the show.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That is really impressive.
Yeah.
I imagine that's like a lot of fishermen's dreams is to be like, I just one of everything would be great.
Yeah.
Tick that off my list. So funny that it's like, yeah, I just did that. Oh, well, and show ended. Whoopsies.
The only thing is, we're assuming, because nature is quite incredible and there's millions and millions of species of animals and stuff. I don't know that many about large-scale freshwater fish.
Yeah.
But maybe there's like 6.
Yeah, that's true.
And they were like, why did you think you could make a TV show out of this?
Yeah. He was pitching it at the producers like, every week I'll get a different one. We'll talk about it. It's amazing. They're like, look, I don't really understand this, but there's probably an audience
I
out
assume
there for
there's
it. Yeah. Week 6, he was like, yeah, anyway, producers, thanks.
That's more of a mini-series than I was expecting.
You did already pay me there. So. But I thought just what a cool, as somebody that would, has a hobby to almost essentially complete that hobby. I didn't even think it was possible to complete hobbies.
I love the idea of a TV host having completed their thing and they're just stopping. Imagine if Jamie Oliver one day said, that's it, I've cooked everything.
Yeah.
I've cooked everything there ever is.
Yeah. We look over the records, we're like, oh my God,
he's done it.
Yeah, he has cooked everything there is. Even dinosaur. I don't even know how that, just some preserved stuff. Man, tasted delicious. Okay, let me do the advice campaign. This was by Red Oat 12. My fiance left me at the altar. Update. Yesterday was supposed to be one of the most happiest days of my life, and it turned out to be the worst. My fiance never showed up to the ceremony, leaving me at the altar. His friends and family tried to get a hold of him, but all calls went straight to voicemail. After waiting an hour for him, I told my guests that there wasn't going to be a wedding. I opened the reception hall and told them to enjoy the food and open bar, even if there was no ceremony. I still wanted them to have a good time and enjoy the food and drinks. I tried to call him a couple of times, but after 3 more failed calls, I just stopped and told everyone else who were trying to get a hold of him to stop. He made it clear he didn't want anyone to get a hold of him, and I wasn't going to have them waste their time. I didn't cry. I wasn't going to cry, at least not in front of everyone. His mother came to me and apologized through tears. She told me how disappointed she was in him and that she was so sorry. I just shook my head and stuck with her the entire time. I didn't want her to cry and feel bad for something that wasn't her fault. The real MVPs were all my friends. They did their absolute best to keep things from being awkward and entertained everyone. They played music, danced, and one of them went as far as going back home to bring a projector and a game system for all the kids and teens to play against each other with. I was glad that the day was somewhat saved, but I still felt horrible. My would-be brother-in-law, Ethan, kept me from getting shit-faced when I really wanted to. Told me that it would be awkward if I did so. I did my best to keep everyone happy. After 11, I told everyone who bought gifts to take them back and get their money back. A few of them refused and had me keep the gifts they got. So now I'm back at the hotel we got and I'm alone. This morning I got a couple of missed calls from my fiance and several messages that I haven't opened yet. I'm so angry at him. He humiliated me yesterday by not showing up when he could have told me he was getting cold feet. I had my friend message him that I wanted to be left alone and that if he showed up to the hotel room, I was going to call my brothers to have him removed. So far, he hasn't shown up, but I'm getting phone calls from his friends, probably all wanting me to speak to him. I don't know if it's me being shallow or not, but now I'm rethinking our entire relationship and whether or not I see a future with him. So another issue is that I have an extra plane ticket. It was supposed to be for our honeymoon, but since fiance isn't here, I decided to enjoy my little getaway vacation for myself. A couple of friends are coming with me, but not for another week since they got to get childcare, put vacation time in, etc. So they can't come since it's last second. To be honest, I wanted to invite Ethan because I've never traveled anywhere in my life. I know he's been to where I'm going, and I want him to come so he can be there to show us the places to be at. Ethan told me he'd go for me, but should I invite him? I asked Ethan's mum, and she was all for it, but I still don't know if it'll cause drama. Any advice? Wait, who's Ethan? Did I miss that? Oh, brother-in-law. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah. There's an update. Should I just keep going?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Interesting show, right?
Yeah. I was quite enthralled.
Okay, update. Okay, so I feel like I should explain more about Ethan. Yeah, that became a little bit weird at the end, didn't it? Anyway, first, I'm not going to take him. Second, I've known Ethan a little longer than my ex-fiancé. Please believe me when I say he's a close friend of mine. Both of us bonded by teasing his brother, and with that, we just kind of clicked and became fast friends. I wanted to take... This is so weird. This is gonna...
The more she explains it,
Yeah.
the more I doubt it.
This is gonna...
I didn't doubt it at first. I was like, oh yeah, he was nice at the wedding.
This will be a movie at some point.
Starring Johnny Depp
Yeah.
as the piece of shit fiance.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to take him because I didn't know how to use my ticket in the airport. I've never been traveling and I didn't want to look dumb by trying to figure it out. Thankfully, someone said what to do and I'm forever grateful, so now I feel much more confident. I know it sounded iffy trying to take Ethan, but honestly, it was for something innocent. I see him more of a brother than anything now that I look at all the comments you guys left.
A stepbrother? Because I've seen some videos.
Yeah, I've seen some videos. And finally, I read my ex-fiance's messages. Yes, he's alive. He wasn't in any terrible accident, and the reason he never showed up was because he found out he was a kid. What? Okay. He has a kid. Oh my God, I said the wrong word. Which changes the context quite a lot.
Yeah.
He found out he has a kid. His childhood sweetheart came by with a kid maybe a couple of weeks ago. His best man knew and never told me because my ex didn't want him to tell me until he was 100% sure, and I guess he found out today. He apologized so many times for not showing up, but he couldn't because he felt so guilty of what? I don't know.
He could have.
He said a large part of him... You would only feel guilt, right, if you were like, oh, I got somebody pregnant and I have a kid while we were dating. Surely, right? Because otherwise it's like,
I mean, like,
hey, oh my God, crazy story. I've got a kid.
you could feel guilty in the sense that, like, you know, you didn't know and you started a relationship, whatever, but now your relationship with this new person will change because there's now a kid involved. I guess you could feel guilty to be like, oh, you didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But you could have talked about it.
Yeah, could have. Yeah, probably could have talked about it. He said a large part of him wants to make things right and take care of his son because he's always wanted a family. So screw the last 3 years, right? I don't know if that means he's going to go back to his ex because he wants to talk over the phone. Honestly, I'm done. I think it's an excuse to get back with his ex. I don't believe he's ever gotten over her and her over him, which is why she chose now to show herself. He sent a picture of the kid to me, and I went over ex-fiance's mum's Facebook to see any pictures she posted of ex-fiance when he was a kid. They're low quality, but there is definitely a resemblance. It feels so surreal to me, like this one big joke. I feel like I'm missing more info, like there's something else going on, but I'll find out later. I haven't responded, so instead I'm just going to open a bottle of wine and just get plastered.
Invite Ethan over.
He seems great and totally platonic relationship there. My best friend is currently on her way with takeout and ice cream, so I thought I'd share this. Maybe after my much-needed vacation, I'll do another update, but right now I'm just going to do me. Until then, fuck you, Ben.
Oh.
Well, yes.
Wow, what a ride.
Ben. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah. I do. We have anything to add though?
Don't
she
have
seems to have figured it all out.
Yeah, she's got it. She decided Ethan was not probably a good idea. And
any advice we would have given her would have been null and void by the time you read the update afterwards. We were like, oh, all of this was nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because my first thought was like, what if this guy was in an accident?
Yeah.
Things like that. But that's all been cleared up.
No, he's done. All right, well, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Rad Right Hand.
Okay.
The clip of Will Smith already has more views than the film he won an Oscar for ever will. Yeah.
You didn't have to pay $20 to watch the slap, though.
Yeah, that's true. So, bargain. It's pretty good.
If someone said you made $20 to watch a 2-hour movie starring Will Smith, amazing performance, father of Serena and Venus Williams,
Yeah.
or $20 to watch a 10-second clip of him smacking Chris Rock for making a joke about his wife, what would you pick?
Oh, boy. The problem is I have seen them both for free, essentially. I saw one on the plane.
Oh, right, yeah.
The slap.
I mean, that cost you heaps then.
yeah. Well,
Plane tickets are expensive.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it wasn't worth that. Boy, yeah. I mean, I think snap-second decision. I'd go with a slap.
Okay.
I'll pay the $20 for if I can only have one of these things. I'll pay $20 to see the slap. It's a pretty good slap, but also it's a pretty good movie. Honestly, I like tennis and stuff. So
you would have been like, that was a good slap.
yeah,
I wonder what it is.
yeah.
Seemed like a pretty good performance.
Pretty. I'm
wonder what the
interested
movie was like.
in how Serena and Venus grew up. I'd never know. Anyway, here's another one. This is by AFK14. There's enough sperm sitting in donation centers to impregnate every adult woman on Earth. If men disappeared tomorrow, the human race would continue. Weird thought that somebody had. I mean, I know that's the point of shower thoughts.
Yeah.
But, like, that's a weird thought. To be like, what if all the men died?
kill all the men.
Oh, we'd be fine. Oh, God. Yeah, sperm banks, of course.
Some back of the napkin maths, and we'd be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh, thank God I thought about that contingency. Here's another. This by Rockin' Freakoutpotamus. Rockin' Freakopotamus, sorry. Generation X and millennials will probably be the first generations in recent history to tell their kids about how much easier life was when they were kids. I think we had this one.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. I think we agree that generations don't work that way.
Yeah.
And that they'll always say that they had it the hardest.
I think that's true.
Because
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, every generation does this, but they complain both ways. Because you look at our parents and they're like, "Oh, you kids have it easy. Back in my day, things were so much harder, or whatever." And at the same time, they're like, "Things are so much better back in my day. They didn't have all those complicated pronouns and whatever."
Yeah.
It's
true.
both ways, right?
Yeah,
it's both harder and better.
Exactly. No, I'm sort of inclined to believe this one a little bit, I think. I'm like, yeah, we've got it real easy.
Yeah.
And we're screwing up the world, so there's going to be like so many more issues in the future with like bizarre weather patterns and whatnot, and the end of the world in some ways.
Yeah.
And economic, as an example, the housing market in Australia is terrible, and I feel like going to the same extent that happened in Greece and stuff like that. And so I feel like we're just gonna hit this point where like actually it really sucks for future generations, and we kind of hit this sweet spot in the middle.
Yep.
Where the iPhone came out, and we're like, this is great, easy life.
Yeah. It's we had things bad but not the worst.
Yeah.
And good but not the best.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, going through this pandemic, I think was definitely like, I think there would be like millennials and stuff like, oh my God, most traumatic. Oh, this was the hardest part of my life. They will tell their kids how hard it was. But like, let's be honest, it wasn't that hard. It was totally fine.
Yeah, clock to the re-release of Tony Hawk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that thing of like...
I had to sit inside and watch videos and play video games all day. It was really tough.
It's that thing of... like, we always think about our parents, right? Like, I think my parents were like 23 when they got their house.
Right. Yeah.
I'm some 10 years delayed.
Yeah.
But it's now going to be that bit of like, well, at least we got a house.
Yeah, yeah.
That will be the factor.
Yeah,
of like,
exactly.
Most people can't.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Kimber, now it's time for podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped!
Podnapping.
This This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another thing, and we do it ourselves.
Yeah, look, this is a bit of a longer episode this week.
Yeah.
Normally I would have foregone podnapping, but
Yeah.
this one is kind of
It
relevant.
has to be
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I felt like it's a special episode game, but we can go over time.
Okay. So, this is a podnapping part 2 from podnapping we did all the way back in January 2022.
Really, you've done like half a podnapping at the start of the year, and this is half podnapping now. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I see that. I see what you did there. I might do 1/10 of one.
Over
Keep
many
that
months.
going for a while.
So these are 2022 predictions. So we made some predictions in January.
Yeah.
Now we're going to read back over them and see how we did.
Yeah.
Do we have a future in fortune telling?
Yes.
So we're going to start with
Oh God, yeah.
what we thought the biggest earning movie would be.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there was a couple of choices here. There was The Batman, Avatar 2. I think as a joke, I put Jackass Forever. Mm-hmm. So you had actually picked that it would be an original film.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be a franchise.
Oh,
it
God.
wouldn't be a.
I'm such
it
an
wouldn't be a
idiot.
sequel. It would be an original film.
Yeah. Wait, do we have the figures for Avatar 2? I mean, that's out like right now. but,
That's the
like,
problem is I picked Avatar 2.
Yeah.
The problem is at time of this release, it's only been out for like maybe a week.
Oh,
Or
okay.
maybe just over a week.
Yeah.
So I'll give myself the win. No. But do you know what the highest grossing film this year was? It's funny when I looked this up, it surprised me. But then I was like, oh, but that actually makes complete sense.
Right. I can't remember. I feel like I know, but I've forgotten in this moment.
The highest grossing film of this year with $1.4 billion was Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, yes, right. Yes. No,
Yeah.
I did know that like broke records
It
and
was huge.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just recently came back to cinemas.
Yeah,
And did
yeah.
well.
It's an original, if you think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it hasn't been done before.
I mean, every film hasn't been done before, technically.
Exactly. Cambo, that's a win. Idiot. I
Okay.
mean, it could be a shot-for-shot remake. Then obviously that would be the same, same film. Or they could re-release Titanic,
Yeah.
for example.
Yeah.
And then that wouldn't be if it... But anyway, I won.
So
Got
you're
that
saying-
correct. Tick for me!
So here's the good thing.
yeah.
You're saying because it's a movie that's never been made before, it's an original movie,
Yeah.
therefore you win.
Yeah.
I'm saying the results aren't in for Avatar 2 yet, so I win. We both win.
Oh, we both win.
Okay. Celebrities that will die.
Oh, yes. Oh, I feel like we brought up the Queen. I think we did. Right?
Do you remember what your prediction was?
I think I said no one.
You said no A-list celebrity will die.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Is the Queen an A-list celebrity?
I think if you say A-list celebrity, no. I'm going to say no.
But here's the thing.
She's super famous.
She's like the
obviously.
most famous person in the
Yeah.
world.
But
I don't know.
celebrity, A-list.
I had a look through. There was a couple of deaths
Yeah.
this year. Just recently, Kirstie Alley passed away. A former A-list, but not A-list at the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was a lead in Cheers, biggest show on TV kind of thing.
Yeah.
One that I actually thought was surprisingly big was Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters.
Right. Okay.
He died earlier this year, and then the Foo Fighters did like the big tribute concert to him and whatever.
Right.
And I remember just thinking, because he's the drummer of the Foo Fighters, but it's like, wow, a lot more people were one into the Foo Fighters than I realized, and two, like Taylor Hawkins specifically.
Yeah.
But I thought that one traveled way further than I thought it would. Taylor
Right.
Hawkins. Ray Liotta, another one. Yeah, maybe one day he was a A-list, but not anymore. But the Queen is the one where I'm like,
yeah.
she is probably along
did you
with like.
say?
I said Mel Brooks.
Okay.
He's 96, Nelson.
Yeah, well.
Cut me some slack.
Still kicking.
He's still kicking. At time of recording,
Yeah.
he's still kicking.
You've still technically got a little bit of time. I'm
Yeah,
just
God, this is going to look terrible if he dies in the interim between recording and release.
Yeah, so I'm going to say I win that one too.
Oh, great.
And Gambo, you still got time, so technically you win too.
That's true. Next question. Will Djokovic play the Australian Open?
Oh.
We predicted.
He didn't.
He did.
Did he? Wait,
Yeah.
now I'm confused.
He did. He played.
No, I don't think he did.
I looked it up. He played.
Am I crazy?
He played. I think he only played one. I could only find results for one game, but it was in the Australian Open in January.
I don't think he did, Cambe. I'm going to say that he didn't. Because
have
I went to the Australian Open when he was there. Because obviously there was big hoo-ha about it. Did he? Oh, I didn't think he
played
did.
on the 17th of January in Rod Laver. Oh, hang on.
I don't think he did. I'm almost certain that he did.
I'm getting conflicting information here.
Yeah.
So this one says tennis star Novak Djokovic to be granted his visa to play the Australian
Oh,
Open.
yeah, that went back and forth for
Yeah.
a long time.
But
I'm pretty sure in the
there is a
end-
result here.
Yeah. But it would be more than one game. He wouldn't have got knocked out.
but then now it actually has a little tab when you open it that says
Yeah.
cancelled.
I cancelled, see? He
Yeah.
wasn't there.
Okay.
He wasn't there.
Okay, I
What
guess
did
he
we say?
We said no.
Oh, we win! yes.
Will Prince Andrew be charged with anything?
Oh. Has he been? I don't even know.
No.
No, right.
No,
yeah. Did we say no?
Yes.
Yeah,
We said
okay. Well, unfortunately, we won that one. I guess.
We'll take the victory, but we're not happy about it.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
We pondered, will either of us manage to go overseas? Because I don't know if you
yes.
recall, but in January,
Yeah.
COVID was still around and we were still unsure.
Yeah, there was uncertain times.
We predicted yes.
Yes.
And the answer was yes. You went over. You went to Spain.
Went to Spain. So, pretty good.
Will our current Prime Minister, Scott Morrison,
Yep.
be re-elected?
Oh.
We predicted no.
Winners.
Yeah, we've done it.
winners. Yeah, he sucked.
Here's an interesting one. What will Bitcoin be worth?
Oh.
At the time of recording in January, it was worth $59,000.
Oh my God. It's like nothing now, right?
You did better than me.
Oh, okay.
You predicted $60,000.
Oh, I said going up, but not by much. Okay.
I said $80,000.
Oh, no, Kevin.
Do you want to know what it is at time of recording?
I thought it went down like an insane amount, so I'm going to say like, I don't know, 20K.
$25,000.
Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot.
Will we have missed a week of releasing an episode?
Oh.
We predicted no.
No, and we
Haven't.
Haven't. Yeah.
And the last one here of the official ones is, will COVID still be front of mind?
Oh, right.
We said no.
Yeah, I feel like it's not
I feel like
really.
it's not. No. It pops up every now and again.
Now
There was an
it's
event,
more like-
there was an event cancelled recently because someone had COVID, but I wouldn't say it's front of mind.
Yeah. I think what's interesting is now it's more like, oh yeah, so and so can't make it because they've got COVID and the whole family does.
Yeah.
It's so much more of a casual thing. It's like saying, oh, they've got the cold now.
Yeah.
But it just has like a little bit more weight to it
Yeah.
where they're like, okay, they're definitely not coming.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas
Also-
someone with a cold might be like, oh, I'm still not feeling great, but I'll come out.
Yeah. It also gets you out of any social event
Yes.
because no one will ask you to still come.
I was given advice from somebody that was if you have COVID and you do a rat test, to take photos of it in different locations so that you can go back and use that photo at any time when you don't want to go into work or something.
That's
So
good. That's good.
It's pretty good.
I reckon you just Google it.
Yeah, probably.
But
but then Google image search campaign.
we did make extra predictions.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I also have one here from Stacey. Was she involved in this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Her prediction, we each got one extra prediction,
Right.
was that Kylie Jenner will name her new baby Sonny.
Oh.
I've looked this up. It appears to be named Wolf.
Oh, yeah. Still insane, though.
Still insane.
No, actually, Wolf's a pretty cool name.
I also feel like she also was like, actually, it's not Wolf anymore, like 6 months in.
Oh, right. Yeah. That like
I don't know the latest on that.
like Elon Musk's child or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Speaking
yeah.
of which, do you want to hear your prediction?
Oh.
Your prediction was Elon Musk will get into politics in some way.
Ooh.
And I've written a note here saying he just brought Twitter instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Technically, I guess there's an element of getting into politics there.
And
yeah.
my prediction was that Kristen Stewart would win the Oscar that year.
Ah, yes.
But instead, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock.
Yes.
No,
Well.
Jessica Chastain won.
Ah, right.
I just wanted her to win to annoy all those people that really rag on her.
Yeah,
For that one film she made when she was 19 years old.
Yeah.
Because everyone doubted her when she was cast as Princess Diana. It's a weird choice. I was like, I'd love it if she won for it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But no, she didn't.
Oh, well, when you think about it, we're all winners in life, in predictions. So does that mean that in 2 weeks' time, you're just going to do this again, but for the coming year?
I actually have another podnapping set
okay.
as well.
Well, do it.
But I do
we're
think-
in no rush.
Yeah, I think at some point early this year we should make some
Yeah.
predictions.
I think do it like in November next year. But we should definitely end the episode there. If you'd like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com. You can also reach us at Facebook, Twitter, and our subreddit. They're all READIT podcast. And subscribe and whatnot. And have a bloody great new year. And we will read you later.